Hello everybody. Our today's topic is the continuation of the topic we started in our previous lecture, and that is related with the second element of directing, motivation. In our earlier lecture we had learnt about the concept of motivation, the features of motivation, and we learned one thing, that without motivation the work cannot be performed in the organization, because it is only through motivation that the workers, they are stimulated to action, they are excited, they are encouraged to work, and different types of motivators have to be provided to the employees who are working in the organization, always keeping in mind the needs and the expectations which they have, because motivators have to be used to fulfill the needs. So adequate motivator has to be provided from time to time to the employees in the organization, because needs doesn't come to an end. So motivation is something which continuously has to be given in the organization to all the levels of employees who are working in the organization, because without it we see that the organization cannot progress, the organization cannot work, the subordinates, they will be lacking energy and zeal and enthusiasm, and that is why we see that it is something which is very, very important. Today we are going to talk about the importance of motivation and also learn about Abraham Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation. So let us start with the importance of motivation. Now, motivation, I told you, it is considered to be something which is very, very important, and that is why it is called the core of management. Lewis Allen, he has given a statement. He said, poorly motivated people can nullify the soundest organization. So the people, they have to be highly motivated in the organization. If the people are motivated, we see they will leave, you may say, no stone unturned, and will try to give their best performance, which will help the organization to achieve the work targets. So on the basis of this, let us discuss about the significance or importance of motivation through the following points. The first point says, motivation improves performance level. Now there is need in the organization that the people who are working, they should work efficiently. In order to improve efficiency, because improvement in efficiency can only lead to improvement in the performance level. If the performance level has to be enhanced, the employees working in the organization also have to work efficiently. And employees will only work efficiently if they have the ability to work and also they have the willingness to work. Two things are important for increasing efficiency, which will in turn lead to improvement in performance level. One is the ability, and second is the willingness to work. Now, ability can be increased or it can be improved with the help of education and training, which is you may say, a routine activity in the organization and provided to all the levels of the employees who are working. Employees, they are educated and they are trained in different ways in the organization, and if they are educated and trained, that helps in improvement of their knowledge and skill related with the work, and a person is made able to work. But that is not enough. Only having ability is not enough. That is not going to improve the efficiency. Along with ability, there is also willingness required of the employees who are working in the organization to work in a proper manner. Because without willingness, we see that the employees will not work properly. So, how can this willingness be improved? That willingness to work, that can only be created through proper motivation. You can take an example. When an employee, he is after undergoing through rigorous recruitment and selection procedure, he joins the organization. He has been selected to be appointed in the organization because of certain abilities which he has. So a person may be a highly qualified person. Seeing his qualification and experience, an organization may recruit a person. But that doesn't mean that a person, once he joins the organization, he will work efficiently. Seeing his ability, he was given a chance to work. But that is not enough. There are so many other aspects also which disturbs an employee and doesn't allow an employee to work. For that, there is need for proper motivation which has to be provided to all the employees in the organization. And if that proper motivation is provided in different ways, we see that ability plus willingness will lead to increase in efficiency. Ability plus willingness will lead to efficiency, and this efficiency will always improve the performance level. Because with higher efficiency, we see that the production is going to increase and cost is going to be reduced, and that will be beneficial for the organization. So in this way, we see that motivation is something which is very important. Second point, it helps to change negative or indifferent attitude of the employees. Many times it is observed in the organization that an employee over time develops a negative attitude. And this negative attitude may harm the organization. Because you may say negatively influenced employee may influence the entire work atmosphere in the organization. And why that attitude has changed in a person, that may be due to some needs of a person, of that person, which has remained dissatisfied. So in that situation, seeing that a person has developed an indifferent attitude or a changed attitude or a negative attitude, there is need to find out the reason for it. What is the need of a person that can be fulfilled by providing a suitable motivator, so that that negativity can be changed into positivity and the work can be carried out smoothly in the organization. So motivation in this way helps to bring about this change. Third point is reduction in employees turnover. Earlier also many times we have talked about what is employee turnover. Turnover means rate of leaving the organization. If the rate of leaving the organization of an employee is very high, an employee joins and he leaves, it shows that the employee is dissatisfied. the needs and expectations of the employees is not fulfilled in the organization. That is why the employee leaves. And that is not good for the organization. Because we have learned that once the employee is appointed in the organization, an organization spends a lot of, you may say, money, or you may say, after hiring the employees in the organization, training is provided to the employees, and that involves huge cost. After getting that training, if the employee switches over or leaves the organization, then it is a huge loss, because another batch of employees will have to be appointed once again with the same procedure of recruitment, selection, providing training, and that will involve huge cost to the organization. And that also spoils the reputation of the organization in the long run, if it is observed that the employees, they don't stick to the organization. And the reason for that may be the dissatisfaction. So that dissatisfaction, which is leading to more and more employee turnover, can be changed by providing proper motivation to the employee, so that the employees can stay for long tenure in the organization and work for the organization. That is going to build the reputation also of the organization over time. You may take many examples. If the employee is not getting proper incentives, what he is expecting, or increments, what he is expecting, then there is always a chance that the employee may switch over if that employee gets better, you may say, increments or allowances in some other organization. So to stop this turnover, the employee may be given a better increment if the organization needs the employee. So in this way, we see that reduction in employee turnover can be possible with the help of proper motivation. Next point is, it helps to reduce absenteeism in the organization. There are many causes of absenteeism. Causes of absenteeism may be, sometimes it is also asked in the exams, causes of absenteeism in the organization. Poor working condition may be one cause. Another cause may be poor relation with boss. Not congenial atmosphere to work. So there may be numerous reasons. So proper motivator can have control over the absenteeism problem if an organization faces. Last point, it reduces the resistance to change. Now change is the law of nature, we all know. Changes are going to come now and then in the organization. And if that change is willingly accepted by the employees in the organization benefits from it. But sometimes it is observed that there is resistance to change. The employees, they are unwilling to change. And if that is the situation, there is need to provide proper motivation. Through motivation only, they can be motivated to accept those changes and adapt to those changes, so that the organization benefits and they also benefit in turn by having better future career prospects, by learning better skills or acquiring better knowledge. So that is something which is very, very important at this stage also. So overall, what do we see is that motivation has to be provided to each and every employee. From time to time, different types of motivators have to be used, understanding the needs and expectations of the employees, so that once the employee joins the organization, he gives his maximum, whatever he is capable of working, so that it enhances the performance level of the employees. Also has a positive attitude towards work and organization, doesn't think about leaving the organization and wants to stay with the organization, is irregular in his work, and also accepts the changes willingly. If these situations are observed in the organization, then the organization is going to flourish and prosper and always have a name in the society. So with this, we have completed the importance of motivation. Our next topic is Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation. Before starting this, I need to just tell you that there have been different theories of motivation, but Abraham Maslow, we are going to understand and learn about Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation, because this need theory, it helps in understanding the change in the behavior of human beings. And Abraham Maslow, he was a psychologist, and he was the first person who tried to understand the uh, the types of needs which the individual has, and on the basis of which he has tried to establish his theory of motivation. So Maslow's need hierarchy theory is based on human needs, and he has tried to classify the human needs into 5 parts and prioritize it. So human needs on the basis of priority, according to Abraham Maslow, he has given this theory in 1943. And even in the recent time, this theory is relevant. So according to his classification, needs are of 5 types, and needs always, satisfaction of a need motivates a person to work harder. It helps the organization to reach to its goal. We have learned this. But Abraham Maslow, what he said, that always there are different categories of needs, and that needs are in order. And he gave the 5 orders of need. The first is the physiological need. He said the first type of need which every human being has to fulfill is that of physiological needs. Just keep this in mind, it is not psychological, it is physiological. Physiological need means the basic needs. Need for food, clothing, shelter, which is basic for each and every individual. Unless and until this need is satisfied, a person cannot think about fulfilling other needs. At a time, a person may be having different types of needs, but always that need is satisfied first, which a person feels is urgent, or you may say necessary to be satisfied. And that is why the priority of needs, when we talk about the priority of needs, we see that physiological needs come in the first order. So physiological needs are the basic needs, and food, clothing and shelter, when we say that these are the basic needs of each and every individual, that can be satisfied in an organization when an employee is working through salary, through increments, through allowances, These things can help to satisfy the physiological need of a person. After physiological need, the second type of need which Maslow talked about was safety and security needs. Now, when we say safety or security needs, it refers to three kinds of securities. One is physical security, security from any harm which may happen to a person who is working in the organization. Each and every person needs that kind of security. Whenever he is working, he should get that atmosphere to work. His life should not be threatened. If there are chances of any kind of fire or you may say any kind of danger to occur in the work environment, that is going to create tension, that is going to give tension in the minds of an individual. So an employee always wants to be safe whenever he is working in an organization. That is also one kind of need which a person has in the organization. So physical need, economic need, and third is the social need. Social security. I was talking about the security, three types of security. The first is the physical security. Any kind of physical and emotional harm can certainly affect a person's state of mind. Economic security, each and everyone needs. In the organization, once you are working, you always want a better salary to be paid so that you can lead a reasonable life. That is what is economic security, and that can be given to an employee who is working in the organization with the help of proper compensation package, proper pay, proper salary, proper you may say allowances, increments. So that will provide economic security. And also social security. Social security means after a person reaches a certain age, superannuation age, retirement age, a person requires some kind of benefits so that he or she can lead the old age life properly. And for that, there can be different kinds of benefits which can be provided by the organization to the employees, and that will provide safety and security, that will fulfill the safety and security needs of a person. And if safety and security needs is fulfilled, a person is motivated. So job security is something which is very, very important. Then third category of need is the affiliation need, which is also called belongingness need. Now we see that once an employee joins the organization, each and every person wants to be accepted in the organization, wants to have friends in the organization, wants to have social circle in the organization. Human beings don't want to live in isolation. So this affiliation, which is also called social needs, or it is also called belongingness needs, can be fulfilled with the help of giving proper affection, acceptance, companionship, or having an informal organization. Informal organization, if it is existing, that is going to develop social and personal interactions amongst the people in the organization, and that helps in satisfying this social or affiliation needs of an individual. Then the fourth is esteem needs. When we say esteem, that means each and every employee in the organization has some self-respect, self-esteem, and everyone craves for it. So this kind of esteem needs sometimes, if a person has, can be fulfilled with the help of providing better status, giving recognition, giving praise, giving promotion, increasing the prestige of a person, providing awards. In this way, we see that the esteem is enhanced, and that gives satisfaction to the person. That esteem need is fulfilled. And the last in order is the self-actualization needs. Self-actualization means that kind of need which reflects the inner desire of an individual. That means what one is capable of becoming. That is what is the self-actualization needs. After fulfilling, according to Abraham Maslow, after fulfilling the needs, which I always said that needs have to be fulfilled in order. They are in hierarchical order and they have to be fulfilled order-wise. The first need which has to be fulfilled is the physiological, then comes safety and security, then comes affiliation or social needs, then comes esteem needs. When all these four needs are fulfilled, then only the person tries to fulfill his inner desire or wishes. That means what one is capable of becoming. And that self-actualization needs can be fulfilled by providing good opportunities to the people in the organization, by empowering people, by providing them versatile work environment, by providing them freedom to operate. So that will help an individual to reach to the level to which he can reach. And that is what is the, you may say, topmost level of need which a person can achieve. So sometimes in the exams also, from this direct questions may come or indirect may also come. The highest order need is the self-actualization need, and the lowest order need is the physiological needs. We will try to also understand it on the basis of this table, which will make it more clear to you. We have in a way learned the category of needs as given by Abraham Maslow, and through this table we will try to understand what are the various categories of needs which we have learned, and also how the organization can fulfill these categories of needs which emerges in a person, because different individuals working in the organization may have different categories of needs. So organization has to understand, the management has to understand these order of needs which has to be fulfilled for all the individuals in the organization. Then only we can see that the work will be carried out properly in the organization and the targets will be achieved. So first of all, let us see through this table very briefly. I have tried to explain it. Physiological need, first type of need is physiological need, and there are 4 columns in this: serial number, types, requirement at individual level, and ways of fulfillment at organizational level. 1 mark question may be asked. How can physiological needs be fulfilled in an organization? This can be a question. So if the physiological need is the basic need, it can be, which is the need for food, clothing and shelter, it can be fulfilled with the help of basic pay, providing basic pay, allowances, increments. That will help a person. If a person has the need for safety or security, which includes, we have already understood, physical security, economic security and social security, that can be fulfilled by the organization by providing retirement benefits, pensions, gratuity. These things can certainly help and provide safety. Then safe work environment, fair work practices, job security, these things can fulfill the safety and security needs. The third type of need is affiliation needs. This need craves for affection. An employee once feels that he should be accepted by the organization, he should have friends in the organization, he should have a social circle in the organization, then that kind of organizational climate, how can the organization fulfill it? By providing that kind of organizational climate. And the best way to provide that kind of organizational climate is to create informal organization within the formal organization. We have already learnt about the two types of organization, formal and informal. Formal, when we say there is always official relationship. When we say informal, within the organization, from the formal can arise the informal organization where people can act beyond their officially defined roles, and that helps in the fulfillment of this affiliation needs, where a circle can be formed, where the acceptance, love, affection can be given to the employees in the organization for which the employee craves. Then the fourth is the esteem needs. This is the kind of need in which an individual feels that a positive self-image of him or her should be developed in the eyes of the people. That can be provided with the help of proper appreciation, if it is given in the organization, by providing respect, by providing recognition, by praising the employee's efforts, by providing promotion. That will help in fulfilling the esteem needs of an individual. And last is the self-actualization needs. We have learned self-actualization needs means the inner desire which a person has, and it helps a person to become what one is capable of becoming. And a person can excel you may say, in the work performance or in the career perspectives only once he gets the opportunity of challenging job. If he gets empowerment, he's empowered, gets more authority to work, freedom, flexibility in operation, then he can use such authorities and take up the responsibility to rise up and become what he or she is capable of becoming. So these were the different types of needs according to which the organization has to understand and provide proper motivation to satisfy it. Now,